أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome everybody to today's class, Tuesday. If I can call a student to the mic straight away.
Our first student is A1241.
A1241.
Yes.
Okay, Assalamu alaikum. Tifl A1241. Walaikum assalam.
He's running a few minutes late. He'll be here shortly.
Okay, not to worry. Discipline in charge, if we can have somebody else then, please.
Our next student is A1228.
Tifl A1228. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam, darling. How are you?
Fine, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, I am also very good. Thank you. Jazakumullah for asking. Okay, so today's dua is this one highlighted in yellow. Would you like to read it by yourself?
Yes, please.
Okay, then don't forget the Dawood and the Tasmiyah beforehand, please.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربي زدني علما.
MashaAllah, very, very nice. Your pronunciation was very, very nice. Sweetheart, the Dawood and the Tasmiyah, don't rush through them. I know that we read them so often that after a while we want to like speed through them and get on to whatever it is that we want to concentrate on. But they are quite important. If you think about the meaning, you'll realize why you shouldn't rush through them. So in future, try to remember, take your time on those as well. Okay, so the English translation, please.
O my Lord, increase me in knowledge.
Excellent. And the reference at the end?
Taha 105, 115.
Yes, well done. And do you know what this reference actually means?
No.
Okay, not to worry. The Grammar Jeed, which inshallah you'll all be starting to read by the end of this course, has chapters, 114 chapters altogether. And they have titles, names, as well as numbers for them. And one of the surahs is Taha. And within each surah, there are verses, and each verse has a number, starting from 1 and going up to however many that particular surah has. And in Surah Taha, verse number 115, you will find this dua. Okay, and if you would like to look it up in the Grammar Jeed with your mom and dad, that would be something quite nice for you to do later on, just so that you can see that the dua that you've just read actually comes from the Grammar Jeed. Okay, Jazakumullah for your help. Inshallah, we'll have you on the mic again another time. Allah Hafiz for now. Okay, so now let's go on to today's lesson properly. So let me just get back to the beginning of the... Okay, if you just bear with me. Okay, so today's lesson is normal elongation. Lesson number 15, and I'll introduce it by reading through the text that we've got here. Madda means to lengthen or to prolong. In Arabic, the three letters of Huruf al-Madda, which in English means letters of prolongation, are called Alif, Waw, and Ya. There is a typo here, okay? It reads Ha, but it's actually meant to read Ya. So if you've got a hard copy at home, just Tipex it out if you can and rewrite Ya on top. Okay, so we have three letters, Alif, Waw, and Ya, and they are known as the Huruf al-Madda, or the letters of prolongation. And they affect, when you see them, they affect the sounds. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read you those sounds, and then I'll explain to you how to recognize when you see a letter and to recognize whether it's a Madda letter or not. Okay? When you come across a Madda letter, you need to prolong the sound for about 2 seconds. So, for example, let me get my highlighter. If I was to read this word here, okay, because I can recognize where the mother letters are, this is how I would read this. Utina. Notice the timings. Utina. This particular word here, Udina. Again, notice the timings. Udina. And lastly, this one. Nuhiha. Again, notice the timings. Nuhiha. Okay, so how do you recognize a mother letter? Okay, so we'll read this next bit here, how to recognize the mother letters. An alif madda is always preceded means comes something that comes just before. An alif madda is always preceded with a consonant. A consonant is another way of saying a letter that carries the stroke of fatha. Okay, so let me show you up here. Here is an alif. Just before it is a letter which happens to be noon, and it carries a fatha. Because the alif comes after a letter that carries a fatha, this alif becomes an alif madda. When you have an alif madda, what you do is you read the letter that comes before it, the noon with the fatha in this case, as a na, but then you stretch the sound out for 2 seconds, because that's what an alif madda will do. So this noon with the fatha becomes na. Okay. A waw madda is always preceded with a consonant that carries the stroke of dhamma. So let me just show you up here. Here is a vowel. Just before it is a letter which carries a dhamma. Because this vowel, which carries a sukoon on the top, just before it is a letter that carries a dhamma, that then makes this vowel into a waw madda. And what that does is it makes the sound of this letter, the alif with the dhamma, change from just an ordinary oo, stretches it out for 2 seconds. Ooh. Okay. Ya madda is always preceded with a consonant carrying the stroke of kasra. So here is, for example, a ya. It carries a sukoon. Just before it is a letter that carries a kasra. Because this ya with the sukoon has a letter before it which carries a kasra, that means that this is a ya madda. And what happens is that this ha with the kasra, which would normally be said as a he, the sound gets stretched out and becomes he. Okay, so that's essentially how to recognize. But as always, practice is what will make you really understand this whole concept. So what I will do is I will ask for a student, please, to come and help me with exercise 15.1.
So our next Nasra is N1276.
N1276, Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
How are you, darling?
Good.
Okay, alhamdulillah. Okay, the sweetheart. So I've just explained how to recognize, first of all, what a mother letter is. It will be an alif, as here. or a vowel or a ya. And the way to recognize it, if that letter is a mother letter, is in the case of an alif, look at the letter beforehand. If it carries a kasra, a fatha, then it's a mother letter. And that means that the sound is stretched out for 2 seconds. So in this particular one here, we have a ra with a fatha. Here is an alif. Because this alif has a letter just before it with a fatha, that means that this alif is a alif madda. What that does is it makes the sound of ra with a fatha, which is normally ra, stretch out for 2 seconds. So repeat after me. Ra.
Ra.
Well done. Okay. Let me now show you here. This is an example where you'll encounter a mother within a word. Okay. So just go through with me. What is the first letter? This one here.
Okay. Sirata. Sirata.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so you've recognized that this particular letter here is a sad. It carries a kasra underneath. So the way to read that would be si.
Okay.
Okay, so if you repeat after me, si.
Si.
Well done. Okay, just round your mouth a tiny bit more. Si.
Si.
Well done, well done. Okay, the next letter is a ra. It carries a fatha. Normally, you would just say ra because that's what you do with the fatha, with a letter that carries a fatha on top. But straight afterwards, there is this alif here. Because this alif is there, the ra gets stretched out for 2 seconds. So what you say here is ra.
Ra.
Well done. So if you put those two together, sira.
Sira.
Well done. Here is a normal ta with a fatha on top. So you pronounce that with just 1 second's worth of sound. Ta.
Da.
Well done. Then when you put them all together, sirata.
Sirata.
Well done. Okay, so let me just get rid of that. Let me take you through when you can see a vowel madda and how to recognize that. Here is a vowel. The vowel carries a sukoon on the top, okay? Before it is an alif and it carries a dhamma. Because there's a dhamma on top of the letter just before the vowel with the sukoon on top, that means that this is a vowel madda. That means the alif with the dhamma, which would normally be read as an u, becomes for 2 seconds. U.
U.
Well done. Okay, so here is a word which contains actually 2 vowel maddas. Okay, so let me talk you through it. Okay, here is an alif, carries a dhamma on the top. Normally you would say u. Straight afterwards is a vowel with the sukoon on top. Because the vowel with the sukoon on top has a dhamma just before it, this alif with the dhamma changes from u for 1 second to u for 2 seconds.
Okay.
So if you read it with it, ooh.
U.
Well done. Let me just take that way to make it clearer. In the next combination, we have a ta with a dhamma. Normally that would be a tu because that's just 1 second's worth of sound. Straight afterwards is this vowel with a sukoon on the top. Because this vowel with the sukoon has a dhamma just before it, then instead of saying tu, you stretch the sound out for 2 seconds. Tu.
Tu.
Well done. Okay. If you then put the whole thing together, u, tu.
U. Tu.
Well done. Okay. When you see a mother letter, you have to first of all recognize it's a mother letter by looking at the stroke that's just before it. And then if that stroke is going to cause it to become a mother letter, you stretch out for 2 seconds. Okay, so let's go on to an example of a ya madda. Here, we have a ya with a sukoon on top. Just before it is a meen with a kasra. The ya with the sukoon, because the letter before has a kasra, that becomes a ya madda. That means that this meen with the kasra, which would normally be mi, becomes me.
Me.
Well done. Okay. So what a mother letter does is it stretches the sound out for 2 seconds. So here in this particular example, we have this ya with the sukoon on top, and there is a kasra just before. So this will be read as a me.
Me.
Well done. Now, in this next letter here, we have a qaf. It has a fatha on top. Normally, that would just be a qa. But straight afterwards is an alif. It doesn't have anything on top, but because that alif has a letter before it that carries a fatha, that alif is a alif what?
Alif madda.
It is indeed, yes. Okay, so what then happens is that this qaf, instead of it being pronounced as a qa, you stretch the sound out for 2 seconds. Qa.
Ga.
Well done. Try and round your mouth a tiny bit more. Qa.
Ga.
Well done. So when we put these two together, mi, qa.
Me. Ga.
Well done. And then at the end, we have a ta with a dhamma on the top, and that's pronounced in the normal way for 1 second, tu.
Tu.
Well done. Mi, qa, tu.
Me. Ga. Tu.
Okay, well done. Off, yeah? Just round your mouth and try and get the sound from the back of your mouth, but at the top of your throat. Qa.
Ga.
Okay, well done. The sound is coming from the right place. Round your mouth. Qa.
Ga.
Very nice. Okay, just a little bit more practice and that'll be spot on. Okay, so Jazakumullah sweetheart. If I can have another student on the mic, please.
Our next student is A1237.
A1237. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam, darling. Okay, sweetheart. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through this example and I will explain. A lam with a fatha. Normally that's read as a la, just for 1 second. But straight afterwards is this alif. The alif has no symbol on the top, but because this alif has a letter before it which carries the fatha, that alif is an alif madda. That means you stretch the sound out for 2 seconds. So instead of saying la, you say la.
La.
Well done. Okay. Now underneath here is exactly the same thing has been rewritten, a lam and an alif. This particular way of writing an lam with an alif that looks like it's just about to topple down, that's just a standard way of writing lam alif. And you'll encounter that many times in the Quran Majid. Okay, so this is a lam and it's followed by an alif. The lam carries a fatha, so this alif is actually an alif madda. So the sound is read as la.
La.
Well done. Okay, so let's go on to this example here. A ta with a dhamma on top. Normally that would be read as a tu for 1 second. Tu.
Tu.
Straight afterwards is this vowel. It carries a sukoon on the top, but because we have a letter which carries a dhamma just before it, this is known as a vowel madda, And a waw madda stretches the sound out for 2 seconds. So instead of tu, this becomes tu.
Tu.
Well done. Okay, so underneath here, we'll go through this example here. Here we have a ta with the dhamma. Normally that would be tu. But because straight afterwards, this waw, which carries the sukoon, that appears, we must look at the fact that there's a letter beforehand carrying the dhamma. So the tu gets stretched out for 2 seconds. Tu.
Tu.
Well done. Here we have a ba with the dhamma. Normally that would be bu. But because straight afterwards there is this waw with sukoon, that is a waw madda. So the bu gets stretched out for 2 seconds. Bu.
Bu.
Well done. And then when we put it all together, tu bu.
Tu. Bu.
Well done. Okay, so let's now go to this example here. Here we have a sin carries a kasra. Normally that would just be si. Straight afterwards is a ya with a sukoon. Because the ya with the sukoon has a letter just before it with the kasra, that makes the ya into a ya madda. So the si becomes stretched out for 2 seconds. Si.
Si.
Well done. Make the sound quite hard, darling, yeah? Don't make it soft. Si.
Si.
Well done. Okay. So we'll go to here. Okay. So again, we've got the scene. This scene looks different to this scene here because it's now in its joined up form. The scene carries a kasra, normally si. Straight afterwards is a ya with a sukoon. That means that that's a ya madda. It's a ya madda only because there's a kasra just before it. Okay? So this sound then becomes si.
Si.
Well done. Just make the sound a bit harder. Si.
Si.
Well done. Okay. Then we've got a noon with a kasra. Straight afterwards we have a ya which carries a sukoon. Because this ya with the sukoon has a kasra just before it, and only because of this kasra, this becomes a ya madda. So instead of saying ni, we have to say ni.
Ni.
Well done. When we put them together, si ni.
Si. Ni.
Well done. Noon with a fatha, na.
Na.
Well done. Put it all together, si ni na.
Si. Ni. Na.
Well done. Okay, sweetheart, Jazakumullah for your help, and we'll call you back to the mic again another time. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Okay. Okay, so now we've gone through this exercise and I've tried to explain that you have to use your eyes to look at not just what you're going to be reading, like for example, the letter that you've got directly in front of you. You have to look at what's coming up straight afterwards as well, and then recognize when the letter that's coming straight afterwards is going to alter the sound that you're supposed to make. The way to recognize an alif madda is the alif, which carries nothing on top of it whatsoever. The letter before has a fatha. That together with the alif, the fatha together with this alif, makes this an alif madda, causes the whole sound to stretch out for 2 seconds. The way to recognize a waw madda is, see a waw, the waw must be carrying a sukoon. It can't be something that has nothing on top of it. It must carry a sukoon. If the letter before has a dhamma, and only if there's a dhamma just before, then that makes this waw into a waw madda, which means that the whole sound gets stretched out for 2 seconds. Similarly with the ya, if you see a ya with a sukoon, if the letter before carries a kasra, and only if there's a kasra just before, And only if there's a sukoon on top of the ya, then that means that that's a ya madda, and the whole sound gets stretched out for 2 seconds. Ra, u, mi. Okay, so let's move on to the next exercise, and we'll have a bit more practice to be able to see if we can spot mother letters as well as other sounds that we've already been taught. So if I may have a student on the mic, please.
Our next student is N1299.
N1299. Assalamu alaikum. N1299. Okay, if we can come back to N1299, if I may have another student.
N1298.
N1298.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, darling. How are you?
I'm good.
Alhamdulillah. Okay, so we're now on mother letters, okay, and I've just explained. Do you think you've understood what I've just taught?
Yes.
Okay, alhamdulillah. Okay, so in exercise 15.2, we're going to read some letters which are carrying just simple strokes, some that are carrying vertical strokes, and we're also going to be seeing mother examples as well. And we just want to go through and see if we can spot how to read each of these. So I'm going to lead you through, if you follow with me, okay?
Okay.
In this one here, we have a ta, 2 dots on the top. Ta carries a fatha. Normally that would be a ta. Straight afterwards, there's this alif. The alif carries nothing on top, but there is this fatha just before. Tell me, what is this alif? What is the name that we'll give to this alif?
A madda.
Yes, alif madda. So how will we read all of this then?
Ta.
Well done. Yes, that's exactly how to read it. Now then, let's move on to here. Ta, 2 dots, okay, just sitting by itself, carries on top of it a vertical fatha. How would we read this?
Ta.
Excellent, Jazakumullah. That was very, very nice, okay? Now notice the sound that you make here is exactly the same sound as you make here, okay? They're written differently, but the sounds that you make are exactly the same. 2 seconds each. Here, we have a ta. It has a fatha on the top. Tell me, how would we read this?
Ta.
Well done. Yes, just for 1 second. Okay, that was really, really fantastic. Very, very nice reading. One more time, if you read all 3 boxes for me with the right timings.
Ta.
Well done.
Ta.
Well done.
Ta.
Well done. Very, very nice. Okay, just one thing that you should bear in mind when you're reading the letter ta, it's a thin sound. So smile as you say it, okay? Da.
Ta.
And again here. Da.
Ta.
Da.
Ta.
Well done. Very nice reading. Jazakumullah for your help. If I may have another student, please.
Our next student is A1239.
Assalamu alaikum. Tifl A1239.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, darling. Okay, sweetheart. We're going to do the next 3 boxes with yourself. Let's look at this one here. Here is a ba, okay? Carries a fatha on the top. Straight afterwards is this alif. The alif has nothing on the top of it, okay? But just before is a letter which carries a fatha. Tell me, what is the name that we'll give to this alif?
I forgot.
An alif madda, okay? Let me just remind you where I showed it to you so that you can see it when you go back to the notes later on. An alif madda, okay, where's my mouse gone? Here we are. Just get my hand, one moment. Here we are. An alif madda is always preceded with a consonant, a letter carrying the stroke of fatha. alif madda. Okay, so it's written right at the beginning of this lesson. So let's go back to here. So here, this alif, there's a letter just before it carries a fatha. This alif is a
Alif Madda.
well done. That's exactly right. And you have to be able to recognize when it's an alif madda. So what sound will we make here?
Ba.
Well done. Smile as you say it because the ba is a thin letter. Ba.
Ba.
Well done. Okay, here we have a ba, okay, written in its normal form because it's not joining onto anything. On top is a vertical fatha. How will we read this?
Ba.
Well done. Notice that the sound that you make on this one and on this one, identical. The same sound for the same timing. Let's move on to here. A ba, written just by itself, carries a fatha on top. What is the sound that we'll make here?
Ba.
Well done. Exactly right. Okay, so read me all three boxes one after another, please.
Ba.
Well done.
Ba.
Well done.
Ba.
Well done. Okay, there was a bit of echo there, but yes, well done. Okay, so if you can notice, it's exactly the same sound, the ba, that is being made, but it's the timing that gets altered. The vertical stroke causes the sound to go on for 2 seconds. The alif madda causes the sound to go on for 2 seconds. The fatha on its own maintains the sound at just 1 second. Okay, Jazakumullah for your help, sweetheart. If I may have another student on the mic.
Okay.
Our next student is N1273.
N1273.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum assalam, darling. How are you?
I'm good.
Alhamdulillah. Okay then, sweetheart. So we're now on to here. Okay. And let me talk you through.
But I just came.
You've just come. Okay, so you haven't heard the lesson that we've just been teaching?
No.
No. All right then, sweetheart. What I'll do is I will, if I may have another student on the mic. Sweetheart, but before you go, do come back and listen to the recording of this lesson later on, and then you'll understand what everybody's being taught, okay?
Okay.
Okay then, sweetheart. Jazakumullah. If I may have another student.
N1299.
We've had N1299, I think.
Yeah, but there was no sound.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum salam, darling. And is that N1299?
Yes.
Alhamdulillah. Okay, sweetheart. So are you on half term at the moment? Sweetheart, are you there? Okay, N1299. I can barely hear you. Okay, so if we may have another student. Okay.
N1282.
Okay then. Assalamu alaikum. N1282.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum assalam. Okay, sweetheart, just before I talk to you, to that other young Nasra, N1299, we'll make a note that we'll try and come back to you in the next lesson. Try and sort out whatever issue you've got with the mic, okay? Ask your mom or your dad to fix it. You were so keen to come onto the mic, and it's such a shame, but we'll try and call you tomorrow as a priority. Just see if you can fix the mic on your device. Okay then, so N1282, we're on here, this particular word here. We have a ta, okay? There's 2 dots on the top, there's a ta. There's a kasra. That kasra belongs to this ta. Normally we would say ti, but straight afterwards there is this ya, and the ya carries a sukoon. Tell me the name that we'll give to this ya.
Ya madda.
Excellent. And why do we call it a ya madda?
Because the madda letter goes after the letter.
Yes, I know. It's a lot of information to remember, isn't it? With a ya madda, you recognize that there's a ya with a sukoon. You look at the letter before. If it carries a kasra, Only if there's a kasra and then a ya with a sukoon straight afterwards, then that becomes a ya madda. Okay? So what do we do with the sound here?
You add on you do it for 2 seconds.
Excellent. So make the sound that this would make. Okay, but there's a ta as well. Okay, so normally the ta with the kasra makes a ti sound. The ya madda makes the ti carry on for 2 seconds. Well done. Okay, so although the sound is added on as an e, you must make the sound that the initial letter makes. Okay, ta with the kasra is a ti, and then you stretch it out. Ti. Well done. Have a go at reading this. Well done. Ta with the kasra, just normally 1 second. Ti. Well done. Okay, so let's do this one here with yourself, okay? Let me see if I can point out to you. Here we have a ba. That dot underneath belongs to this little bit of the word, okay? There's a ba, it carries a kasra. Normally that's just a b, but straight afterwards there's a ya with a sukoon. Tell me, what is this ya? What is the name we'll give to it?
Ya madda.
Excellent. And it's called a ya madda because the ya, which has got the sukoon on the top, immediately before it is a letter that has a kasra. The kasra makes this ya into a ya madda. So normally this would be B, but because there's a ya madda, what do we read?
B.
Well done. Excellent. Tell me how you would read this.
B.
Well done. Excellent. Okay. So have a go at reading 1, 2, 3, 4. The sounds that those 4 boxes make.
D.
Excellent.
D.
Well done.
B.
Excellent.
B.
Excellent. Very, very nice. Your pronunciation is also very nice as well. Okay then, sweetheart. Jazakumullah. If I may, can have another student. Assalamu alaikum.
Our next student is A1233.
A1233. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, I am also good. Okay then, sweetheart. So now we're on this one here. Okay. Alif with a kasra. Normally that makes an E sound. Straight afterwards, a ya carrying a sukoon. That becomes a ya madda. A ya madda because the letter just before carries a kasra. Tell me, what sound do we read here?
E.
Excellent, well done. Here we have an alif, and straight underneath it is a vertical kasra. What is the sound that we make here?
E.
Excellent, well done. Exactly the same sound as here, and exactly the same timings, but just a different way of writing. Okay, well done. Stay with me. Here, okay. Ta with a dhamma, tu. Straight afterwards is a vowel with a sukoon. The vowel with the sukoon has a letter just before it with a dhamma. How do we read this sound?
Tu.
Well done. Because the ta with the dhamma is normally tu, but because there's a vowel madda, becomes tu for 2 seconds. Excellent. Okay. So let's read here. A ta with an inverted dhamma on the top. Tell me how to read this.
Tu.
Okay, it's an inverted dhamma. It's not a dhamma.
I forgot.
Okay, not to worry. Okay, when you see a vertical stroke like this, a vertical fatha, you stretch the sound out for 2 seconds. So this normally, this would become ba. If you see a vertical kasra, you stretch the sound out for 2 seconds. E. If you see an inverted dhamma, what would you do then?
Tu.
Excellent, well done. That's right. Notice the sound here and the sound here is exactly the same and exactly the same length of time. Okay, so sweetheart, if you could read for me this box and this box and this box, the sounds that they make.
E,
Well done.
E,
Excellent.
two,
Well done.
two.
Excellent. Okay, then Jazakumullah, sweetheart. If I may have another student on the mic.
Thank you.
Our next Nasra is N1275.
And 1275. Walaikum salam, darling. Okay, sweetheart. So we're on this word here.
Excuse me, you didn't unmute me.
Okay, so who's on the mic at the moment?
Me.
Okay. So we've now got N1275 only on the mic, yes? Nasra. Walaikum salam, darling. Okay, then, sweetheart. So here, we're on this word here. Ba with the dhamma on the top. Normally, boo. Straight afterwards is a vaw with a sukoon. Because there's a dhamma just before this vaw with the sukoon, this becomes what? What is this vaw? What is the name we give to it?
Mada.
Yes, it's a vaw madda. Okay, so how would we read this?
Boo.
Excellent, well done. Okay, here we have a ba with an inverted dhamma. How would we read this?
Boo.
Excellent, well done. Exactly the same way as this one here. Same sound, same timings, just a different way of writing. Okay, well done. So let's move on to here. Alif with the dhamma, normally oo.
Oo.
Straight afterwards is this vaw with the sukoon. Because there's a vaw with the sukoon, straight before it is a dhamma, then that vaw is a vaw madda. Means that the sound is stretched out for 2 seconds. Only vaw with the sukoon and the dhamma makes this into a vaw madda. How would that sound come out?
Oo.
Excellent, well done. Okay, and then here, have a read of this. How would that be read?
Oo.
Excellent, well done. This and this, exactly the way you, exactly the same sound, exactly the same time, just written in a different way. So sweetheart, read me this word, this, all 4 of these highlighted.
Boo.
Excellent.
Boo.
Okay, 2 seconds, okay? Boo.
Boo.
Excellent.
Oo.
Excellent.
Oo.
Okay, 2 seconds, darling. All 4 of these, yeah. So repeat with me. Boo.
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 Ooh.
Boo.
Ooh.
Boo.
Excellent, well done. Jazakumullah, sweetheart. Allah Hafiz for now.
Allah.
Oh, okay. Okay then, so in this exercise, what you've been introduced to is the idea that sometimes the same sound, the same timing is sounded, but the look is quite different. Here is an example, and here is an example. Ya madda causes the sound of E to become E. Vertical kasra causes the sound to become E. Exactly the same sound, exactly the same timings, but just the way that they're written is different. And when you're reading in the Quran Majid, you'll have to just be aware that you must look at not only the letter, but the stroke, but also what comes afterwards as well. Okay? So here we have da, here, da, here, simply da. And tonight, for your homework, which I'll assign shortly, you must go through exercise 15.2 and understand how to recognize a ya madda, as in here, an alif madda, like appears here, and a waw madda, like appears here. Okay, and if you can really get to grips with that overnight, that will really help you tomorrow when we go into this exercise, which we will do a little bit of today. Okay, but you must do exercise 15.2 quite thoroughly and understand how to recognize the 3 mother letters. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to have about 5 minutes on exercise 15.3. And if I may have a student on the mic.
Our next stifle is A1225.
A1225.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, darling. You okay?
Yes.
Alhamdulillah. Okay then, sweetheart. So what we're going to do with yourself, okay, is we're going to go through this example here, okay? Tell me well, have a go at reading this, yeah?
Khalakin.
Excellent. Very nice. Actually, that's very nice indeed. The timing was very good. The pronunciation was very good. So far, we've introduced Tanveen to you, and we've said that you must read it for 2 seconds, okay? So stretch the sound out of the qin for 2 seconds, okay? Qin.
Kin.
Excellent. So reread the whole thing, please.
Khalakin.
Okay. Off, yeah, from the top of the throat at the back of the mouth, yeah? Khalaqin.
Khalakin.
Excellent, well done. Okay, just have a practice at your pronunciation of the ho, okay? It comes from the top of your throat at the back of your mouth. Okay, Khalaqin.
Khalakin.
Okay, we will work on that. Okay, have a go at reading this one here.
Lazu.
Very nice, yes. This letter here, a vowel, okay? So in the way that you would say the English word that or this, the sound, that's how you pronounce this. So this is pronounced as ladu.
Lazu.
Well done. Okay, not to worry, we'll keep on practicing. Try not to get the Z sound in, okay? The way you're reading it is how an Urdu speaker would pronounce this particular letter. And because we're focusing on the Arabic pronunciation, okay? Ladu.
Lazu.
Excellent. Now have a go at this particular one.
Shadidun.
Well done, well done. Okay, so you've recognized everything properly. Let's have a go at the pronunciation, okay? Sheen is a thin letter, sha.
Sha.
Well done. This dal, the bean on the top, yeah? Do it for 2 seconds. Dun.
Dun.
Well done. Now put everything together.
Shadidun.
Well done. So with me, shadidun.
Shadidun.
Well done. Very nice. Your recognition is quite good. And your pronunciation needs just a little bit of tweaking, okay? Ho. Ho. Repeat after me. Yes, well done. Qin.
Kin.
Okay. And sha.
Sha.
Okay. Shadidun.
Shadidun.
Well done. Okay. And with this particular letter here, okay, the, zu.
Zu.
Well done. Okay. So we're going to have to work on your pronunciation, but inshallah, as we go through and we call you to the mic again, we'll carry on with that. Jazakumullah, Allah Hafiz. If I may have another student.
Our next student is N1294.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, darling. How are you?
I'm good.
Alhamdulillah. Okay then, sweetheart. So this one here that I've highlighted, have a go at reading that.
خالدا.
Well done. Okay. Read me this one again. Just this one letter.
Dan.
Excellent. Well done. Okay. Do it for 2 seconds. Done.
Dan.
Well done. Okay. Now put everything together again.
خالدا.
Well done. You've got very, very nice pronunciation there. Okay. Have a go at reading this.
يؤمنون.
Well done. Well done. That's very, very nice. Okay. There is a, yeah. Okay then. We'll leave it like that. Yeah. That was very, very nice reading. Okay. Have a go at reading this.
حميد.
Beautiful, mashallah. Very, very nice. Your pronunciation is very nice. You're pronouncing the thin letters exactly as they should be. And your timing is also very, very nice. Jazakumullah sweetheart. Allah Hafiz. And if I may have... Okay, so now we have done just only the first line of this exercise, okay? And the students that I've happened to have called to the mic have done quite well with this exercise. But for some students, this is the first time that they've been taught Madda. So don't worry if you, you know, are not quite able to read these words properly just yet, okay? We will continue with this exercise tomorrow. But what you must do overnight is you must practice exercise 15.2 to recognize when a ya madda and an alif madda and a waw madda, how to recognize them. And if you can recognize them, feel free to have a practice of 15.3 because tomorrow we'll be going through that. Okay? Okay, so today, let me just recap. We did learn that an alif madda is an alif that has a letter comes just before it which carries a fatha, like is the case here. We learned that a waw madda has a letter that comes just before it that carries a dhamma, like is the case here. And a ya madda has a letter that comes just before it which carries a kasra, like we have here. Okay, so with that, what I will do is I will assign you the homework. And today, it's Tuesday, the 30th of October. The topic we've covered is normal elongation. And you are to practice exercise 15.1. Let me show it to you again. Here we are. Exercise 15.1 is this one here, okay? And you are to pay attention to the timings. Madda letters carry a timing of 2 seconds. Also, practice exercise 15.2. Let me show it to you. Okay, there is exercise 15.2. Okay. And you must pay attention to 2 seconds for all vertical and inverted strokes and 2 seconds for the elongated strokes that we were taught today, the madda strokes, the madda letters. Okay. And then if you're able to, if you've already understood what madda is all about, practice exercise 15.3 also, only the first 2 lines, but it's your choice. If you're quite happy that you've understood, feel free to practice further. But pay close attention to your timings. Remember that there's 2 seconds for tanveen, there's 2 seconds for vertical and inverted strokes, and there's also 2 seconds for the madda letters. If you have a mobile phone that you can record yourself reading and listen back and make sure that your timing is exactly as it's supposed to be. Okay, so with that, let's now go to the end dua. And if I may have a student on the mic.
Our last student is A1232.
A1232, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum
Okay, sweetheart. Okay, because we're coming quite close to the end of our lesson, what I will do is I'll read the first line by myself, okay, and we'll practice on the second line afterwards. So, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم ارحمني. Okay, so if you just read it inside of your head. بالقرآن العظيم.
Allah بالقرآن العظيم.
Excellent. And the English translation? This one here.
Oh Allah, have mercy on me through the great Quran.
Okay, then, sweetheart. So now I will read through this particular line, and I'd like you to follow with me and everybody else to practice at home as well, okay? وَاجْعَلْهُ لِي
وَاجْعَلْهُ لِي
إِمَامًا وَنُورًا
إِمَامًا وَنُورًا.
Okay, إِمَامًا
إِمَامًا
وَنُورًا
وَنُورًا
وَهُدًى
وَهُدًى
وَرَحْمَةً.
وَرَحْمَةً.
Well done. And the English translation at the bottom, please.
And make for me the leader, the light, the guardians, and the mercy.
Okay then. Jazakumullah, sweetheart, for your lovely reading there. And I will, until we meet again, end the class with Islamic greetings of Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.